Hi Ro, I'm Nicole Vasquez, and this is my everyday makeup routine while talking about everything influencer. First thing I start off with is my skincare. I'm loving these topical eye patches right now. And then I go in with my YSL primer. Let's talk about the first time I monetized my account. So I first started off my content journey in 2020, which I feel like is a very common theme with everybody. But truly, I had no idea that there was even money in the content creation space, other than at the time I believe it was more so YouTubers that made a lot of money. Next, I go on my Fenty skin tint. I think the first thing that made me realize that there was any sort of money behind TikTok was I got a random brand deal with a laundry detergent company. It is so random. And it definitely was not on brand for me at the time, but I believe I made like $100. Next, I go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow. I had no clue what I was in for at the time. Looking back, I do wish I had some more insight because I was charging $50 for a video or $100 for a video. And then I started hearing through the grapevine that people started to get paid a little bit more. My content journey goes hand in hand with my career. So I started interning being a social media coordinator. And of course there was an influencer department at my internship. So that's when I started to learn a lot more about it. And that's when I started to take it a little bit more seriously because I saw how much other creators were making. Next, I'm going to go in with my Merit bronzer. And I take the Merit brush, put it directly on the brush so I can build out my contour. So yes, I would say over time my monetization has evolved. I started taking my content seriously in 2023 and I thought that that was the most money I've ever made. And the fact that I've doubled that in 2024 is just a true blessing, and which now turns me into 2025 me, and now I have a manager. I'm currently signed to Dawson Marie Agency. This is a boutique agency, and when I think about signing to an agency, I've had so many interviews with different agencies and the trust just was not there. But for this agency, I truly found the trust that I needed, and I'm very excited to start 2025 with an agency this year. It sounds so crazy to say that little me in 2020 making random outfit videos in my parents' house turned into me living in a big city, graduated college, making content as my side gig, and having a manager. So I knew I never wanted to be a full-time influencer because I've always had career goals, and I did finish college at San Diego State. Next, I'm going to go in with my Road Blush in Toasted Teddy. And if you're not a creator and you're just now starting, the warning is that you do not get paid right away. Some contracts will say you'll get paid in 30 days, 90 days. For example, it's currently January, and I just now got paid for a partnership that I got an email about in October. So if that doesn't set the tone, that's exactly what happens. And so having a normal job for me is the perfect sweet spot because I have my income from my regular 9-to-5 job, and then I have my influencer money, which I treat as my fun money, my saving money, and it's just honestly a sweet surprise when it pops into my bank account. Next, I'm going to go on with this Say concealer. I'm obsessed with the consistency of this. It's just so smooth. Speaking of my 9-to-5 job, TikTok is actually the reason I have this job because I'm a content creator and social media manager for a clothing brand. So really, I get to do what I love for fun and for my job, and honestly, that's just a blessing in itself, and I can't believe that's my reality to say that. I also always talk about analytics to people who want to be a creator. And honestly, I had a very toxic relationship with analytics because if my numbers weren't doing good, that's when I started to go into a full panic. Like, oh my gosh. But I've learned to shift and learn to, learn the lay of the land. But truly, analytics do not define your content and how good it is. I always say if you don't post, then you're not even gonna get anywhere. When it comes to analytics, don't stress too bad about it, especially if you're starting out. Once you get in the groove of your content, you start to understand what is gonna work, what doesn't work, what's authentic to you. I've always been true to myself when it came to my organic content, and then that turned into me being my organic self and my paid sponsorships. So when it comes to my paid sponsorships, I try to stay as authentic as possible, because even though yes, that the paycheck can be very nice, I truly don't see myself working with brands that truly aren't within my niche or what my viewers want to see, because I'm strictly fashion and I have been trying to go into more beauty. But if I were to start switching my content to cooking, I just feel like that's just not what my viewers were there for to start with. So really, why would I completely switch? So why would I work with a cookware brand? Next, I'm gonna put some life back into my face with my YSL bronzer. But when it comes to staying your authentic self in such a crowded social media space, I think truly you can get lost in like what everybody else is doing. And I think when it comes to that, it's just truly just putting your phone down. For example, me, put my phone down, stop looking at what everybody else is wearing, turn to my closet and say, what do I have? What would I wear? And kind of just have my own opinion about what I wear rather than, you know, truly seeing what everybody else is wearing. And I think that reflects in your content, because if you are just posting what makes you happy, and that just creates your personal brand and that makes you unique compared to everybody else. Okay, next I'm gonna go with my Rare Beauty Sad Highlighter Blush. I dropped her right when I got her, but you know, she's still holding on strong. Some unexpected challenges I faced during becoming a content creator or influencer is that really like feeling like people that you know are making fun of you, or you know, making fun of you for trying to put out content or trying to do something different and put yourself out there. And I didn't think when I first started that I would feel that way, because it was during COVID and I literally wasn't seeing anybody. I wasn't even in person at school, but for some reason, you know, everybody's on their phone during that time. So I was just like, oh my gosh, like what are people gonna think? I think in the long run, for me at least, it feels really good to see that I pushed that aside. And I think now it's a little bit more acceptable to try to become an influencer or try to become a content creator, because now everybody can see like what this industry really is about. But I think now you have a phone, you have an interest, and you have a social media app, so why not try to post what you like? Because you'll never know who can relate to what you like. And I think that's the really cool thing about social media. I always forget to do my eyebrows. I've been loving brown mascara lately, and this one is Glossier. This is the Lash Slick in shade brown. Okay. And then lastly, I'm gonna go in with my favorite setting spray. This is the One Size setting spray. I have the mini right now because I'm going on a trip soon, and I brought the big one on accident. Last time I traveled, they stopped me for it, so I got the little one. If you know, you know. Oh my gosh. And now I'm gonna figure out what to do with my hair. But thank you guys so much for watching and listening to my journey. And if you're an aspiring content creator, please just start posting. I promise you, you're gonna fall in love with it, and you're gonna love the fact that you even started creating this content, and you'll never know where it could lead you. So I wish you luck, and thank you, Ro, for having me.